भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार,
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राय। Yogi Ram Surat राम सूरत कुमार जय गुरु राया राम 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 Ram 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 भगवान श्री योगीराम सूरत कुमार की सर्वं योगीराम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। One more evening of Divya Nama Sankirtan. What a powerful name. And how beautiful it sounds when you know it was no name, it was the power, the great power, that supreme power, which is all-knowing, all-pervasive, and all-powerful, the Almighty. And that we have all been able to gather here at all and sing this powerful name. It's a great fortune, and we have been blessed with it by His grace. And in celebration of this grace, with deep gratitude, we have offered His Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Please do not think that I am repeating the same words every day. Each word is dyed in the glory of His name, in the glory of His being. Now, to return to this normalcy, we have to remember that we have been going through some stories which have been read out, which had been read out to Bhagavan those 7 years at Sudama. And each one had a teaching lesson, and very beautifully expressed sometimes. Now here is one more story. We all know that we can use our brain to find out ways and means to get around a problem. The brain is at work all the time. And then we all know by Hindu calendar, and probably by other calendars as well of the world, there are auspicious times when we begin a certain work. Everything seems to be very easy, and we somehow work through it to its successful end. A very auspicious, supportive time by the nature. We are simply carried away without much effort to the successful completion of the work. So there are auspicious times which help us, and there is our own brain to work our way out of the difficulties to greater success. Now here is a story that tells us that above your brain and above the help and support of the auspicious time, there is such a thing called Sankalpa, the divine Sankalpa, which is the ultimate and supreme. A very simple story. Everybody knows about this Mahabharata, especially the Mahabharata war between the two cousins, the Pandavas, the virtuous Pandavas on the one side and the evil Kauravas on the other side. As always, the evil will be more in number. The Kauravas were 100 and the Pandavas were only 5. And especially the eldest Pandava, Dharmaputra, he is the son of Dharma. He is called Dharmaputra, who followed the Dharma relentlessly, unsparingly. Now because they followed Dharma, they went to Shri Krishna surrendered to him. And Krishna, the divine, would always be on the side of Dharma. And we know the popular story when the good Arjuna and the evil Duryodhana went over to Dwaraka to seek help from Krishna. Duryodhana, the evil man, was very impressed by the quantity, the number, the hugeness of Shri Krishna's army, the mighty army. Whereas Arjuna, the good Arjuna, was drawn by the quality. And what is this? The personification of quality, Sri Krishna himself. Sri Arjuna wanted only Krishna to be on this side. When Krishna, knowing that the two had approached him for help, that's a very great leela. We wouldn't go into the details because it's a story by itself and it would take some time. When he offered, both of you are dear to me and I will be fair to both of you. I will offer help, yes, certainly. On the one side, I will offer myself to side with one group and I'll offer my huge army to the other group. It's up to you to ask for whatever you opt for. So this, and then he gave the first chance to Arjuna. As the story goes, when Arjuna went to see Krishna, Krishna was fast asleep or pretended to be asleep. And Arjuna, being very humble, a bhakta, he sat by the feet. Duryodhana, given to self-pride, sat at the head side. Now when the pretending Krishna opened his eyes, naturally his eyes fell upon Arjuna who was seated at his feet. Nobody would turn their head and look who is by the side of the head. It's very natural. Just see how Krishna plays his leelas very naturally. And then he said, Arjuna, it is you whom I saw first. And I saw Duryodhana only the second. So I shall give you the first chance for option. Here is me, and I will not take any weapon in my hand. I would only help you physically, but I would not take any weapon. I would not fight. On the other hand, my huge, mighty army. Now choose fast. Arjuna said, Krishna, what a question to ask. Of course, we want only you. What else could we want? Krishna smiled to himself, and Duryodhana also smiled to himself. But this smile meant something else. Duryodhana thought, what a fool Arjuna is. He is asking for Krishna. Now here is a huge, mighty army, and this is all I need. How can this army compare with Krishna, one single being without any weapon, without any intention of fighting? What a fool Arjuna is. So he was very happy with himself. Now he got a wonderful chance to ask for the help which he was contemplating all the time. He said, Krishna, it's okay, I don't have any choice at all. You have given it to him first, so I will take up the army now. As though he was condescending to accept. Krishna smiled once again. Krishna, the all-knowing, supreme, happily agreed with both of them, and there it was. Now the Mahabharata war was going to start. So there was the spirit of war everywhere, and people were very excited. They had to start it on an auspicious day. Now Duryodhana, the evil, he began to plan and plan. He thought, I would choose a very auspicious time, a day, and I would start the war myself. Because when you start something in the auspicious time, you can be very sure of its success at the end. So he went to the Pandavas. Among the Pandavas, there is Sahadeva. Sahadeva is supposed to be an Atma-jnani. And he was also well versed in astrology. So Duryodhana approached Sahadeva, the enemy camp, and said, Sahadeva, you are a wonderful astrologer. Please give me the day, the most auspicious day to start the war. Now Sahadeva, being an Atma-jnani, he was not disturbed at all that the enemy should come and ask him to fix an auspicious time for him. And especially when you are well versed in knowledge, you should not be partial to anybody. So he gave it readily. He said, this Amavasya, the new moon day, is the best auspicious time to start, and whoever starts it on that day will definitely win the war. So Duryodhana was so happy that he found the day, and he decided, he informed his people to be ready. Now he forgot that Krishna was there, the Almighty Krishna, all-knowing Krishna. Krishna thought, what is this Sahadeva doing? He has got me into trouble now. Now how shall I find a way out of this difficulty? If you allow Duryodhana to start on that particular day, he will surely win. And that would mean it's a victory for adharma. Krishna, the avatar, had come into this world only to support dharma, to triumph over adharma. And here was the situation. He had to work out. Then, of course, he made a trick. He called the Pandavas and other rishis one day before the auspicious day. He said, today is the new moon day. People have calculated wrongly. Today is the new moon day. Okay, you people come and start your puja to the Pitrus, your ancestors. It's a day of offering in a certain way to the ancestors, so that the ancestors would be pleased and bless their lineage. So, very excitedly, these people came, surprised they were, because suddenly Krishna was announcing that today is the Amavasya day, only tomorrow is supposed to be the day. But all the same, they all had to obey because they knew that Krishna knew what he was doing. So they rushed to a tank of water and they started their ancestral puja. Now, Duryodhana was watching all this. He thought Sahadeva was after all his enemy. He probably tricked him into believing that the next day was the auspicious day. So he thought that day was truly the Amavasya day, the new moon day. Now as he was thinking so, to start the war that particular day, something else, some other drama also, a Leela was happening. The Surya Devata and the Devata of moon, They were also watching from the sky this ancestral puja happening on a wrong day. By calculation, by the right calculation, it was to be the next day. What is Krishna doing? And then they were curious and they wanted to find out, so they soon arrived at the tank. Now, Bhrigu Maharishi was there, was also well versed in that. So Surya Deva and Chandrama, both of them, asked Bhrigu Maharishi, Maharishi, what is this? Krishna says today is the Amavasya and these people are doing their ancestral puja. What can this mean? Then Bhrigu Maharishi very cleverly, because he knew what was going on, he asked Surya Deva, on this new moon day, where would you both be? In the sky? Surya Deva said, we would be near each other. Now, are you not near each other now? So this is Amavasya day, the new moon day. And they suddenly understood everything. They knew that it was a Leela by Krishna. And in the meantime, Duryodhana believed that that was the auspicious day and he started the war by blowing his conch. So you see, he started on the wrong day, so he lost the war as he should, because the adharma cannot triumph over dharma. Now this story tells us clearly that God's sankalpa, meaning the will of God, is supreme. No matter what calculations we make, what auspicious time that we choose, we can be tricked into something just the opposite. So what do we learn from this? Lord Krishna says, he proclaims in Bhagavad Gita that I willed this war, this Mahabharata war, and I have already killed all your enemies, Arjuna, by my sankalpa. In my sankalpa, I have already killed these people, meaning I have taken their life sap. They have lost their life sap. All that you have to do, Arjuna, is to throw your arrow at them and take the name for it. So everything happens by the will of God, and all our tricks and calculations and astrology are only below that. They pale into insignificance before the will of God. So if we should trust the wisdom of the will of God, who is all grace, we have to worship Him. We have to pray to Him. We have to do our living depending on Him. Our Bhagavan Yogi Ram Surat Kumar has given us all his name, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar. And he has also said that when you call out Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, my Supreme Father will be with you, instantly with you. So it is Krishna, the minute you call out the name Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, the Supreme Father, Krishna, will be with us. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar will be instantly with us. And then he will do the needful. So the best way to calculate, instead of Bhagavan used to say, when you come to this beggar for cure from diseases, there will be no operation here, no blood shedding, no knives, only my Father's grace. And he would also say, when you come to this beggar, there is no horoscope. So it is for us to trust him fully. Our faith in him should be complete. And then his will take over our life. and every detail of our life will be run by Him and to its successful end. So let's remember, let's hold on to His feet, let's hold on to His auspicious name. Because what can be more auspicious than name? What can an auspicious time do before the auspicious, divine, powerful name? So let us learn to depend only upon Bhagwan's Nama and Bhagwan's grace. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagwan, because prayer is as powerful as Nama. Bhagwan, we beg you again and again and again, and that 1,000,000 times, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth dharma into this world today, which is full of violence and growing enmity between people and people. And there's already a war between countries. And then again, the attack of cruel diseases and the furies of nature, the violence of nature. We beg you to bring in peace, harmony, order. There is so much disorder and chaos, disharmony. Please bless us with friendship and brotherhood and mutual help and understanding. And please keep these cruel diseases under control so they would not frighten us out. And again, we beg you to control the violence of nature also. And we beg you again to uproot all the negativities of the human mind, the negative thinking, the evil thinking of human mind, which is responsible for today's world of violence. We beg you again to reach out to those people who have been stranded in varied parts of the world for some reason or the other, which of course is due to their past karma, unable to find help or protection. They may belong to different countries, speak different languages, and embrace different religions. We beg you to reach out to them and do the needful. We also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been working so hard for the welfare of other people from unhealthy criticisms, unhealthy blocks and aspersion. We beg you again to give a boost to the economy of the country and to promote the growth of varied activities in varied fields like science, technology, culture and spirituality, so that India would reach that supreme status of the world teacher as predicted by many great souls, so that it would conduct the whole world in the path of dharma. We also beg you, pray to you in all intensity, earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless chanting of your name and unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings, so that we could assimilate it and make it into Atma Shakti. We beg you again to bless us to be sattvic instruments in our hands. We don't want to be Duryodhanas and Ravanas, for they are also sure instruments in your hands, in your eternal drama. We beg you again to bless us to run our everyday life as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. For once we give in to Maya, we have no idea how long it would take to come out of it, and sometimes so many births also. We beg you again to bless us with that ultimate state of being, the ultimate state of bliss and peace and awareness. But then we need to be purified. Our mind is full of kama, anger, fear, sorrow, jealousy, and growing desires for worldly possessions. Now these strong and thick dirt have to be cleared out. What better weapon is there than the Nama? We take refuge in your powerful Nama and its ceaseless chanting, because the Nama has the power to destroy the past sins and prevent us from doing further sins. We also take refuge in your seva. Wherever we are, whatever work falls into our hand, if we know that you are the creator of the whole cosmos and everything in the cosmos belongs to you, so every work that falls into our hand is also your work. So if we do it in the spirit of service to you and joyfully at that, without any unhealthy competition and jealousy, we would convert it all into Atma Shakti. And Bhagavan, please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow. Coming from you can only be a great blessing for our greater good, for our spiritual progress and closer relationship with you. As we progress, we will be able to see your living, pulsating, vibrant presence everywhere and in everything. Please bless us to be able to see your will, your sankalpa behind all the happenings of the world, all the happenings of our lives. When there is a sudden attack of some past bad karma, everything begins to go wrong in our life. Even an innocent remark may land us in great trouble. And we lose our balance, we collapse, and we resent God, try to move away from Him. We put the blame on everyone else for our own failures, little realizing that it's we who invited it by our past karma. Whatever torture we have given to people, we had given to people in the past karma, will surely come back to us. A good word will surely come back to us. An abusive word will also be sure to come to us. But then Bhagavan, being very loving and generous, would see that we don't move away from Him and convert all our difficulties into great blessings. Bhagavan, please bless us to be grateful to you even for the adversities of life. We seek your blessings for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek redemption. We seek liberation from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, for which the aham bhavam, that I am the body, that I and mine, the tyranny of ego, must go. So that we develop this Atma Bhava. Please bless us with that immortal life, that eternal living and eternal servitude to you, that supreme, eternal, supreme entity. Jai Yogi Ram Sadat Kumar.